leftovers from my November sale. I'm going to start with my mushroom people. These are $4 a pack, and each pack has 10 pieces. I've got a mixed set left. I have a large one. I have medium ones, and then I've got itty bitty ones. All right, so these are like itty bitty. I'll give you an example. This one is mixed, all different sizes. So I'll show you the large ones since you could actually see them. The itty bitty ones are itty bitty. And this is just some of the pictures. There's a lot of different ones. I fussy cut all these from some pages of images that I got. So you get like, I call them little mushroom people because they're little mushroom people. Okay. This lady, look at her. She's fancy. Little snail man. The little mushroom table. Little flower. Flower. This kid here. Look at these two boys with the little flower. And that there. So, you know, they are on really nice paper. And they're fussy cut by yours truly. So I have these, and they're $4 a pack for a pack of 10. And then, like, the little ones are really tiny. Okay? So I have those. The next thing I have are some Christmas tags that I punched out, and there are 16 of them in a pack. So these are blue and silver. I've got quite a few of these. Ooh, I'm dropping them. So this comes from a Martha Stewart paper pad, and it is a cardstock. So there's 16. They are different sizes and shapes. They range between 1.5 to 2.5 inches. 1.5, 2 inch, and 2.5 are the sizes. And they're all, I think, 3 to 4 inches long. So they're perfect for Christmas, blank on the back. So I have quite a bit of these blue and silvers, right? Blue and silver. Then I have one called, they come from a pad called Hot Cocoa. So I just call them my Hot Cocoa tags. So they look like this with, like, you know, kind of varying papers. That's not actually craft paper, it just looks like it. So you got like plaids, and you got little peppermints, and you got little gingerbreads, some dark red ones, snowflakes, and then on some of them you might get and some of them you might not get them back in the bag. Sorry about that. There's a drug dealer down the road, so we get the best cars that drive by. So like different plaids. This is like a wood grain, black and white Christmas gifts, you know, so they're like just a little different, but they're all the same kind of feel, you know. And then I've got 2 more of my cute ones left. These ones I call cute because they've got these cute little lights, right? And I included some peppermints and some gingerbreads, and look at these pink ones with the snowflakes. So there's these, okay? And these sets are $3 a piece for these tags, okay? You feel me? You with me? And I'm going to do the same thing like I did last month. Whatever is sold out will be in the description box below. All right, so check the description box before you put in your order. I update it usually once or twice a day, depending on how many orders I get in a day. So just check the description box, and if it is sold, I'll let you know before I bill you. These are my Christmas dies. They're a Christmas die set. There's 2 left. They're $4 a piece. This is a Spellbinders die. It is called Mirror Mirror. It is $3. So there's the die. Mirror Mirror. This is a set of 2 Christmas dies that have never been used. It's from a line called Desire from Crafter's Companion. So this one's in Edgeables. It says Let It Snow. And then this one says Merry and Bright. So it's $5 for the pair. 2 of them. Then I've got another Spellbinders one that is tulip borders. So this is just the tulip die, and both of them are in there, so I have it wrapped up. The next thing I have are my fussy cuts. I've got small ones only, or a mixed bag of large ones that are up to 6x9. So like, let me show you an example of what you'll get from the fussy cuts. Just a bunch of random pictures. Okay. If I like the image, I cut it out. Little bird, little starfish, plants, some weird head. This is like a book cover, plants, this little fork thing, jacket, watch face, pretty building, watch guts. This is like a Bon Bum is what it says. Pretty picture. Pretty picture. These range from book images to magazine images, ranging from the 50s to the 60s to now. This comes from a Dalton collectibles book. So this comes from that same Dalton book. You know, National Geographic magazines and fashion and home improvement and all kinds of magazines. This comes from the Dalton book too. So you get 50 of these in a pack, and they are $8. Oh, I didn't finish showing you. You get a cuckoo clock, Brit jewelry. You got in here, and they're all different. This is just an example. So this is a little mousy poo, right? Car with a raft in the back. A tomato that was established in 1975, a chair and an elephant, pretty cabin, swan, pretty bench, fence with flowers, fish, that's a pretty entranceway, sculptures. So there's like a lot of different things in here. Okay, then you get this little angel thingy and watch face in that. So these are $8, and if you want the small, you just say small, or if you want a mixed, you just say mix. Some people don't like the larger ones. Some people like it only on a smaller basis. So I make mixed packs with the 2 different sizes. And like I said, the largest size in the mixed pack would be 6x9, because the bag they're in is 6x9. So that is how I know the size, and that is how I keep track of the size. It's just easier for me that way. I mean, I got like really big ones too. I could put together a pack that's like, you know, full page if you want some kind of a specialty pack. Size-wise, if you want special images, we'll have to talk about it with price, because I'm actually running pretty low on images. So, me and Lily put these little ticket packs together. These are $1. They're just little ticket packs. So, you get these tickets. They're not, you know, they're not real tickets. They came off of a pad that I bought. There's just too many on the pad for me to use, so, you know, like invoice papers, receipt type papers. And then I got a whole bunch of small doilies, so I threw in a few doilies in each pack, and I threw in one of them that I got that was printed, which I thought was pretty. So these are $1 for my small tickets. You could just say small ticket pack if you are interested in one of these packs. Next, I have some ribbon, and the ribbons are all $2 a pack. Oh, stuff fell out of one of my fussy cut bags. I'm going to have to figure out which one. That's a bummer. So I'll get the ribbon. Alright, so my ribbon packs, pay attention to the names because I don't know how else to do this. This one here is Peach with White Hearts. They're all about 10 feet. 3 yards, 10 feet. This is Baby Blue Plaid. It reminds me of like a baby's Easter outfit, right? This is green and red flowers. This is pink with blue lace. It's got little teddy bear dolls on it too. This is purple. That's the closest color I could come up with. It's like a corduroy purple. This is yellow with black flowers. This is pink hearts with a lace edge. It's got little white flowers and pink hearts on it. I have Noah's Ark in red and Noah's Ark in pink. Woo, I'm twisted. So just let me know which one. They've got all kinds of animals and then like a few of the arcs on there. So I've got red and pink on that. This is maroon with shamrocks. Even though it looks kind of brownish, it's like a maroonish color. This is patchwork. This one is a tan with pink and blue and white flowers. So pink and blue flowers, pink and white, whatever, but it's tannish. Dark red with peach and green. This is a peach with dot flowers, and I say that because all the flowers are dots. This is red with double lines. Red with lines, I called it. So you got the little double lines there. This is green stripe, red heart. I call this one peacock feather because it reminds me of a peacock feather. This is pink with big white and blue flowers. This is brown. It's the only brown one I've got, so it's brown. This is turquoise grid, because it's gridded, and it's like a turquoise color. So this is canvas white with pink flower, and I say canvas because that's what it feels like. It feels like canvas to me. Canvas white, pink flower. And then this is just canvas green flower and canvas pink flower. They're kind of flecked with different colors. So just let me know which one. And these are all $2 each for the ribbon. This is my collage pack. I've got about 6 or 7 left, and it's $10. Oh, I'm sorry, this is my nature. This is the nature collage pack. So you get some fussy cut birds and plants and things, different from different vintage bird and plant books. Okay. There are plant and feather style stickers, butterflies, and this is like a stamp with a bird on it. Pretty plants. These came out of a houseplants book, so you get 2 of those. This is from Tim Holtz ephemera, so this is his botanical ephemera set. You get a bunch of these. This is also from the Tim Holtz. This is from one of those vintage bird books. These are collage cards from a nature collage set. These come out of a nature book. I included pictures from all different sections of the book. Some of them are double-sided, so some of them you get 2 pictures. Playing cards with blue jays on them. Seashells. Nature-y seashells. Then I included napkins. They all have, the napkins are the same throughout the whole thing. Obviously the rest of it isn't because I can't get all of this page, but you know. But the napkins are the same, including some Tuesday morning napkins. Then I included some scrapbook paper, so you have flowers or florally kinds of paper. And it's a mix between a heavier scrapbook paper and regular paper. So you get like these florally pages, right? And then there's a bunch of wood grain pages, which are really cool to use when they're smaller like this. The 12 by 12 page, you're like, what the hell you want me to do with a 12 by 12 page that looks like this? But when you cut them up, there's a lot of fun stuff you could do with them. So this is the Nature Collage Kit. and it is $10 for this pack. And there's over 50 pieces. It's over 50 pieces in this kit. So, you know, you get quite a bit of stuff from a whole bunch of different sources. I also have black and white packs. I've got 5 or 6 left of these, so I'll show you what's in these. This is a black and white collage pack. So you have a baby. There's a bunch of yearbook pictures, portraits from all the different decade yearbooks that I have, including the 40s and the 50s. So you have yearbook photos. Some Saturday Evening Post cover photos from a Norman Rockwell book. There are encyclopedia pages from a 1960s encyclopedia. I included the little description underneath because I thought that the little descriptions were cute. And I use them when I turn these into tags and cards. I use the little descriptions. There's fussy cut book and magazine pages. Look, this is like the only black and white stuff there isn't is the skin tones. Bird, from a bird book. You get a set of 5 black and white tabs. This is from a book. This is from a geography book. Some of them have map bits and things. This is from a magazine. This is from a bird book. Norman Rockwell book. I don't think this was Norman Rockwell. This is just a magazine. Encyclopedia. Some fussy cut black and whites from a whole array of different places. Magazines and books and antique books. That's from a magazine. Oh, 1950s magazine. So I included some 1950s ads and things. And then you get 7 black and white photos. And I made sure that they were all, you know, they were all good pictures. So you get some portraits. Look at how pretty she was. Of different people. Some of them are groups and whatever. And you get a whole bunch of black and white scrapbook paper. Okay. Now these packs are also over 50 pieces. Because I just get out of control. I just start and I just can't stop adding things to the packs. So, yeah. Over 50 pieces of black and white papers. And these are also $10. And you get a really good mix of stuff. And especially like the black and white photos are really cool. Really glad I could add some black and white pictures into the mix so that it wasn't, you know, so that you get some real vintage stuff. The magazines and the book stuff, you know, I tried to include some good vintage goodies. I also have scrap packs. These are $6. And in here is just a bunch of scrappy stuff. So you've got scrapbook paper scraps. Masterboard papers that I use to collage with, including Sears and Roebuck that I cut, you know, with decorative scissors on the edges. Encyclopedias and dictionaries and zip code books and all kinds of book page scraps that I use. But I just have too many for myself. These are supposed to be iron-on transfers, but I don't think they're going to work anymore because they're really old. So I was going to use them for slow stitch templates, you know, which I thought would be pretty cool. Then you have this, which is also a template, which I also thought would be really cool to use. Look at that. God bless this house. Smile. God loves ya. Welcome down here. So that one's pretty. So they all have some of this stuff in it. This comes from a bunch of sewing stuff that I got. So you got a little crochet pattern. Scrapbook paper and cardstock scraps. Look, I even included some of my hearts. I have these packages of hearts selling in my Etsy store, so you can check those out. Just a bunch of die cut negatives, punch out negatives from my painty papers. I love using the negatives, like with the butterflies, the line of butterflies, or the line of flowers, right? Colored paper scraps, full pages from dictionaries. That's from a German book. This is from a German English literature book. Korean, you know, there's foreign text. This is from a 7-language dictionary, regular dictionary, but really thin paper. Scrapbook paper, hymnal pages. I tried to include some kind of music page in all of them because I use a lot of music pages in my collage stuff. So $6 for the scrappy pack. Okay. And then you try and get it back into the bag the same way that you got it out so that it all fits nicely. So I try to put toothpaste back in the tube. And then this is my collage pack, which is $10, and it has a bunch of fussy cuts in this pack too. So you get a whole bunch of fussy cuts in this pack, and in a whole variety of sizes. I included people and some bigger pictures, you know, all random. There's no rhyme or reason at all to these pictures from all kinds of books and magazines. Like, I like this, that guy. Some more from that bird book. This is from a art book. Some Saturday Evening Post stuff. This comes from an a floral book. Then I also have stuff from Vintage Readers that I included, and I included them because I took these. I keep them as strips usually, but some of them I do fussy cut the pictures, like this one here. I probably fussy cut his head, and then fussy cut these kids going down the hill, Jack and Jill. So I included a bunch of pieces from that. I use them in a lot of things. Some of my music paper that I sprayed with my homemade spray inks and my Dilutions spray inks. So it's a big mix of color. Then I have my colorful doilies, which I just love. I've had these for a long time, so it's hard for me to part with them. Some of them, there's a couple of them in here that aren't dyed. This one is tea dyed. Spray. Then the hardest part for me was to include my painting papers. But I've got to start paring down. I got to start, you know, doing something with them. So painting papers of mine in all different sizes. They are from upcycled paper. So you have book pages and magazine pages and kids' schoolwork, and there's a mix. There's no telling what it'll be on. Some of them are double-sided, you know, so you get a whole bunch of my painting papers, and those are also $10. These are my Christmas tag packs, and I call them my commercial packs because these are store-bought. So there's 18 in a pack, and there's only one of them that's a double, and that's this Merry Christmas. I had a lot. I bought 2 packs of those, so. And then you have this, which I just like that. You know, I would cut that and use these shapes. So you get all of these are nice tags for your Christmas art, your Christmas gifts, your Christmas trees, whatever you want to do. And there's 18 of them. I got quite a few left. Oh, these are labels, so I liked those for that. Get the little truck, the little Merry Christmas, Santa. This is a peace sign. I also have some with a dove. Alright, so you either get the peace sign or the dove. Other than that, the rest of them are the same. Wonderful. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. So, these are $4. I also made Christmas tassels last year, and these are also $4. So, one of them has a red bow, one of them has a green bow. They are held on with a book ring. Okay, so you can do whatever you want. You could turn it into a keychain. You can put it into an eyelet on a journal cover. Use it as a charm there. whatever you want. So I included a bunch of ribbon. They've all got some kind of little beaded bits, and they all jingle. Okay, so they're all jingly, and they've got a ton of different fibers, some beaded stuff, some, you know, garland looking stuff, all kinds of ribbon, and these are also $4 for those. I have this circle punch, corner punch. It's in really good shape. One of these pages I tested it on yesterday, but I don't know where it is. So this corner punch is $4 for the corner punch. This is a little organizer box that I got a whole bunch of eyelets in, and there's 11 compartments, and it spins around like this. This box is $2 if you're interested. It would be good for, you know, little charms and stuff. I have similar boxes, except on a smaller version, for the little charm bits that go into resin. So this is $2 for this organizer container box thing. I have some interdepartment envelopes. I have page packs that go in these envelopes, and they're all in albums on my Facebook selling group, which I'll include the link to that. You should definitely join the group because there's a lot of really good stuff in there and a lot of really good sellers. So these are 75 cents a piece. So if you want a lot, I'll just take the page packs apart because people don't seem to want all those book pages. So, but if you want to look at the page packs, they're huge. They're in my Facebook group. I have them listed in an album under my name, Malia. All right. So these are 75 cents a piece. Okay. Then I've got these two little pocket books. This one is a dental snuff, and this one is red steer fertilizer. So this one here was not really used much, not at all. And this one was used a little bit. There's a few pages, but a lot of it is empty. It's a little bit of crayon on a couple of pages. So these are $3 each. Red steer fertilizer or dental snuff. I got some books. Excuse me. I lose my voice the longer I go. So this is music course. It is $4. This is from the year 1906. And you get some free ephemera in there. Music paper. So this has got, the pages in this are really nice and antique-y looking. Okay, so that's $4. That's $4. On Land and Water. This is a reader. This is $3. Some of these, most of these have some kind of pen marks from 1942. Kids that own these books, like, really just loved these books, I guess. And a lot of them have markings in it, at least in a few places. So that's why this is $3. And then the cover of it's really nice. This is peeling up right here, but if you glued it down, you would never know. So $3 for On Land and Water. Here and there is $2 because this one is rough. I don't know the year. I'm going to say 40s. Some of the pages are ripped, but there's still a lot of really good images in here to cut out if you want. I have a Childcraft book. This one is Childcraft 2 because it's the number 2. Storytelling and Other Poems. This is from 1942, I believe, and this one is $9. 1949. This one is $9, and it has got great pages. I mean, really great pages. So $9 for this one. And then this is Childcraft 1, and this one is $7. The How and Why Library. So this is 1, Poems and Rhymes. And this one is from the 60s. 1964. And this one also has awesome pictures. And these books are in really good shape without, you know, markings and all kinds of destruction in them. Okay. So this one's $7. Daring Deeds, which is a reader. This one is $4. And the year on this, I don't know. It's missing some of the front pages. Yeah, there's no year, but I'm going to assume it's from the 30s. And this has got some great black and white pictures. And there's pencil in this, but I don't think anybody, you know, just a little bit of pen on some pages that the bugs got to over the course of this book's life. So these pages are very nicely antiqued without a whole bunch of markings in them. So, yeah, this book is pretty cool. Daring Deeds is $4. Puss in Boots and the Good Gray Horse. I don't know the year of this. I am assuming it is 20s or 30s by the looks of it. And it's got some pictures. It's got some writing, but it's got some really cool pictures in it. You know, so the Puss in Boots book is $3. And it's got, the cover is pretty cool on it. With the little kitty. The Girl Next Door. This I think will wash up. This clearly sat on top of a pile in someone's attic somewhere. And the year on this is 1948. And it's another reader. And this one's $4. It's got pencil mark in it and stuff, but it's not, you know, not a whole lot. It's got great pictures in it. So, and there's little bits. You get little bits of ephemera. So, yeah, this is a really good one. Girl Next Door, $4. Growth in English, $4 for this one. 7th grade, 7th year. And the year on this is 1938. Okay, so this has some good black and white pictures in it. Some nice black and white illustrations, I should say. This guy, Roosevelt, on his horse. Teddy Roosevelt. So, I like the pictures. They're nice. And I like the old looking pages, too. They're like very well-loved pages. So, yeah. Lots of cool pictures in here. This one is $4. I have got 3 paper trimmers that I do not need. And I tried selling them and nobody wanted them, so I'm going to go down on the price. This one is a Fiskars cutter that will take a 12 by 12 paper. Okay, you have the measurement there, and it is $12. It's a trimmer, the little blade here, which is new. I put the blade in it, and I just took the blade out. But $12 for this Fiskars trimmer. Put it there so it stays. Okay, and then I've got the smaller Fiskars trimmer, and I have a new blade with this one. Okay, and this one is $10 with a new blade, and it takes a 9.5 sheet of paper, 9.5 inches this way. So, and you got a brand new blade that's still packaged. So there's that one. But then I have this one that's the Paper Studio. And this one also $12. And this one has 2 blades. And I was told that one of them is to score and one of them is to cut. So fancy pants. Paper Studio, $12. This one has the arm too that'll come out. And it'll go 13.5 inches on the paper. Okay. So that is pretty darn cool for that stuff. And that's everything from yesterday. I'm going to show some of the stuff from the last few months in case you've missed some of it. So this is one of my invoice pads. If you want an invoice pad, they are $1.50 a piece. It has 50 numbers, but you get 100 pages because the carbon copy paper, so you get 1 red and 1 black page. So I like that. I think these books are so stinking cool. So $1.50 each on those. And I have other stuff that I will grab. I have got this checkered deli paper. There are 5 colors, I believe. Red, green, yellow, pink, and blue. One set of each color is $1 for one set of these deli papers. Now I have to take you upstairs with me, and what I mean by upstairs is to the top shelf in my space. I have work basket magazines, mostly from the 70s, some from the 60s. They are a craft magazine. They're little, and they are $1 each. If you're looking for a certain time in the 70s, I can look and see. You know, just let me know the month and year. Then, underneath those, I have a piece of paper, but underneath that, I have Life magazines from the early 70s, 70, 71, 72. So I've got a ton of those Life magazines. They are $2 each. Some of them are a little beat up, and the ones that are beat up and missing covers and stuff are $1 each. I have some of this trim here. This is $1.50 a yard, okay? So I got quite a bit of it. $1.50 a yard for this. $1 a yard for this black and pink lace. Okay. $1 a yard for this wide black lace. Woo, focus. $1 a yard for this black scalloped lace. Okay. Then I have white in here, I think. Yep, this is white lace, $1 a yard for that. And this is white, this is cream colored lace, $1 a yard for that. Alright, so just let me know which one of those you would like if you're interested. Then I have these red books. Ooh, come on. And I'm going down to 50 cents a piece, and I will show you why. Alright. So these ones are Pocket University books, but the red color of the cover is coming off of the cover of the book. They're little, they're cute, they're from the 20s, so these are 50 cents a piece. I will show you what I mean by the red coming off. On this here, this rubbed up against it, and you see the red? So it's like I've got bloody lace. So if you want some of the Pocket University books, those are 50 cents each. Another thing I've got are, if anybody's looking for some little painty paper flowers, I got a whole bunch of them right here. They're $1 a bag if you want some little painty paper flowers. I've got these transparencies, and they're 2 for $1. Some of the transparencies have writing on them, but most of them don't, so, you know, if you want them with writing, you can let me know if you want writing. If not, I'll give you some blank ones. So those are 2 for $1 for the transparencies. And I think that is it for this round of Buy Malia's Junk. And, yeah, so get your order in to the email address below. And I will see you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.